last night was one of these. I left the show, and I went and I had to go to the dentist. And then I get home, and I know what I'm going to do last night. Wife's watching Netflix or something. I'm like, I'm watching Oklahoma City and Houston, and I'm going to take notes. Like, this is one of these games where I'm going to watch. I know I'm going to lead with it on tomorrow's show, which is now today's show. So I want to start with this. You know a marriage is in trouble. The line when you, like, file for divorce. She says, he says, irreconcilable differences, right? Yeah, right. But what you always say is, what happened is, we were in love, it was wonderful, we raised kids, but we became what? Two ships passing in the night. That means you live together, you raise the kids together, but you're distracted, she's distracted, you're busy, you're at work, she's at soccer practice, you're at the piano recital, two ships passing in the night. And what it means is you're together in the same room, but you're not really together. You're not emotionally together. You're not watching and paying attention to the other person's needs. It's called sacrificing. It's called marriage, and it's hard. Last night, I'm watching 65 games in. Paul George and Russell Westbrook. They're two stars passing in the night. They're on the same team. They're on the same floor. They're on the same left side of the floor. They are not connected. They are not remotely connected. Let me give you an example statistically of how bad it is. Per 100 possessions, when you're on the court together, the number one combo in the league is Kevin Durant and Steph Curry. The number two combo is Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. The number three combo is Chris Paul and James Harden. The 145th best combo is Russell Westbrook and Paul George. This is getting worse. The marriage was bad 4 months ago. Now they're barely talking. They're the 145th best combo in the league together. One's the MVP. One's a perennial all-star. Now, Westbrook in November was trying to be a good husband. I'll bring the groceries in. I'll help with the kids. I'll take the trash out. He was shooting 17 times a game. But eventually, selfish husband becomes selfish husband. You know what he's up to now? 28 shots a game. Because that's who he is. By the way, they're 14-2 when he shoots fewer than 17. You'd think he'd follow the stats. They're under 500 when he shoots more than that. Dude, stop shooting threes. Be a better partner. Do you know how embarrassing this is? Steven Adams, and let me make sure I get this name right, Josh Hustis for Oklahoma City are better together on the floor than Russell Westbrook and Paul George. Okay, hello. It's not getting better. It's getting worse. Westbrook, since the All-Star game, is 5 for 30 on threes. Paul George is now shooting 38% since the All-Star game. And it's getting worse because that's what happens to rocky marriages. This idea that I hate Westbrook. No, he's a remarkable talent. But he's impossible to play with. Kevin Durant leaves, never been more efficient. Victor Oladipo leaves, become an all-star. Sabonis leaves, numbers double. Harden leaves, now the league's second best player. Paul George comes over, all his numbers are virtually down. And it's getting worse. This is just two stars passing in the night. You know what it's about, guys who have been divorced, women who have been divorced. You can be in the same room, she's not listening. You can be in the same kitchen, he's not listening. I watched this last night. No chemistry, no synergy. Next to each other. Not looking at each other. Body language is bad. No connective tissue at all. Do you realize right now Russell Westbrook is dead last in the NBA in three-pointers for people who qualify? He's still jacking up 4.5 a game. Last night in the broadcast, they're like laughing at him. The thing that really kills a relationship is when you're bad at something, you're stubborn. Like, by the way, when you first get married, it's hard. Man, I used to have the house to myself. It was all my condo. Oh, okay, I got to share space, got to share a bathroom. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying it's easy, but it dies if you're stubborn. Stop shooting threes. You're terrible at it. Start passing more. Get out of the tunnel vision. Nobody said marriage is easy, but when everybody that leaves you is happier and more efficient, it's you, not him. 2 stars passing in the night. All right, let me shift gears. I think this is funny, and I love it. The Sixers came out with these billboards, not actually the team, although you know it was probably somebody's idea. I did not say that. I swear that slipped out. It would be tampering. Somebody in Philadelphia, very smart, a company put up these billboards recruiting LeBron James. Well, the Lakers, when LeBron comes to town next, are also going to put up the billboards. They're going to say no process, just banners. I love this. By the way, here's guys in the NBA that won't recruit. Derrick Rose, John Wall, and Westbrook. Too cool. Here's guys who have shown a willingness to recruit. LeBron James, Steph Curry, Dwayne Wade, James Harden. See a thread? They win more. It's funny about recruiting. Like, you do realize advertising is recruiting you to their product. Apple advertises. Google, McDonald's advertise. In fact, McDonald's last year spent $2 billion on advertising. Now, I want you to think about that for a second. They've been advertising for 60 years in America. One of the leading advertisers in America. When you drive around a town, you could make the argument McDonald's doesn't need to advertise. Why would they? You drive around and see a McDonald's on every corner. But yet they spend $2 billion last year on advertising. Why? Because McDonald's realizes you can never stop recruiting. Alabama had one of its worst recruiting classes in a decade with Nick Saban. Why? Just won the title. Biggest brand in college football. How is it possible? Because they lost 2 of their best recruiters. They went with Kirby Smart to Georgia. You can never stop recruiting. I'll give you an example with the Lakers. So the Lakers for years and years had Jerry West and Pat Riley, the best recruiters in the NBA in my lifetime. Good-looking guys, former players. Pat Riley and Jerry West are the best recruiters in NBA history. And then Pat Riley left to Miami, and Jerry West got kind of tired of the BS and the egos. Phil Jackson, he left. And what has happened since Jerry West left and Pat Riley left the Lakers in the last 10 years? They're terrible at recruiting. They left it up to Mitch Kupchak, smart dude, like him a lot, but he's kind of clunky and wooden personality-wise. Not a recruiter, didn't take it serious. LaMarcus Aldridge came out and said, yeah, their pitch was terrible. Dwight Howard came out and said, yeah, their pitch was terrible. That's how they end up with Luol Deng and Mozgov. You can never be too cool to recruit. Don't forget your wife's anniversary. You're recruiting. Birthdays, you're recruiting. Football, you're recruiting. NBA, you're recruiting. McDonald's, $2 billion in advertising. Even though you drive past 12 McDonald's stores on the way home every day, still $2 billion in ads. I don't recruit is code for I'm too cool, brah. Remember what Westbrook said about recruiting Paul George? Do you remember that? The classic I'm too cool, brah.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.